This is what you need to know now. A single ticket in Illinois takes the entire billion-dollar Powerball prize. 11 people accused of running one of the biggest marriage fraud schemes in US history, and a smart pet feeder outage leaves pets across the country waiting on dinner. I'm James Onwin from ABC News. It's Thursday, August 13th, and this is what you need to know. Let's get right to the big story. The Powerball Jackpot drought is over. There's a winner in Quincy, Illinois for the estimated $1 billion plus prize. It's just the 15th time the Powerball has hit $1 billion. No word yet on who the winner is, but if that lucky player chooses the one-time payout option, the cash lump sum would amount to more than $433 million. Catastrophic flooding has swamped parts of Indiana after nearly a foot of rain, pushing water to the roofs of some homes. One man clung to a utility pole waiting for rescue, and crews went door to door in Muncie pulling people to safety. Hundreds of thousands are still without power. There's growing concern about the mental health of sailors on the USS Abraham Lincoln, 9 months into a deployment supporting the war with Iran, including a record 250 straight days at sea. The Navy Times and Stars and Stripes report multiple sailors have tried to jump overboard, and families have confronted Navy leaders over moldy showers, broken toilets and food shortages. The Navy tells ABC News it has not identified an increase in reported suicide attempts and says another carrier could soon relieve the Lincoln. The Trump administration is reportedly planning to spend more than $900 million on White House renovations, mostly funded by taxpayer dollars. The Washington Post cited confidential contracting documents. The projects are said to include the helipad, a new visitor screening center, plus the ballroom. The White House did not deny the report, but they repeated the claim that the ballroom is being built with private donations, not taxpayer money. White House Press Secretary Karoline Leavitt is stepping down at the end of the month. The president says she wants to spend more time with her family. This is just weeks after she came back from maternity leave after the birth of her second child. She is the youngest ever White House press secretary, just 27 when she took the job last year. Trump says Leavitt will continue to be an advisor. Ford is planning to make more of its vehicles in the US. The company is shifting production of its luxury Lincoln models from China back to the United States, beginning in 2030. It's expected to create thousands of American jobs. This is after President Trump slapped 25% tariffs on all imported vehicles and auto parts. Homeland Security is planning to spend up to $20 million on electric shock gloves for its agents. The technology, called the glove, can incapacitate someone with a shock just by touching them. DHS calls them, quote, de-escalation devices, and says officers are trained in use of force. But the manufacturer's own manual recommends avoiding use on the elderly, small children, pregnant women and the severely handicapped. ICE tactics are facing growing scrutiny nationwide. In the occupied West Bank, Israeli settlers have been besieging 2 Palestinian families in their homes since Sunday. The US ambassador to Israel calls them Israeli terrorists who've cut off water and power and blocked the road in an effort to force the families to leave. Overnight, the Israeli military says they moved in to break up the camp and have arrested 1 person. Although this morning those inside, 7 people, including 2 young girls, still say they do not feel safe with settlers still surrounding the home. It's part of what the Israeli government recognizes is a 60% increase in this type of violence in just the last year. The Israeli military calls the seizure of Palestinian homes, quote, illegal, reprehensible and unacceptable. 11 people are under arrest in New York, accused of running one of the largest marriage fraud schemes in US history. Prosecutors say the ring arranged hundreds of sham marriages, pairing Chinese nationals who wanted green cards with American citizens who were allegedly paid $30,000 to say, "I do." The foreign nationals paid as much as $100,000 each, and the network allegedly took in tens of millions over a decade. Some fake weddings were held at restaurants, complete with traditional Chinese wedding attire, and a prenup requiring the couples to live separate lives. Once a green card came through, prosecutors say the ring arranged the divorce. Now to some quick hits. Other stories we're following today. It's been a worrying time for pet owners after an outage impacted a popular smart pet feeder. Petlibro says some of its products went offline Tuesday morning, but service was restored overnight. A problem for customers who rely on scheduled feedings while away from home. The company says it will continue reviewing the incident and will work to prevent similar disruptions in the future. A movie theatre in Canada got creative after it never received official posters for Spider-Man Brand New Day. An employee drew his own version. complete with a handwritten note apologizing to moviegoers for the missing original promotional materials. The homemade poster quickly caught attention online, but his bosses eventually asked for him to take it down. And now, one more thing before you go. The total solar eclipse entranced millions across the Northern Hemisphere, with many experiencing totality. Our Maggie Rooley was in an Icelandic lagoon for the event, describing the experience of totality as otherworldly. Iceland has not seen a total solar eclipse in more than 600 years. While Maggie was on the ground, a NASA research aircraft captured stunning video of the eclipse from above Iceland. And one Olympic skateboarder took advantage of the rare moment to pull off what he called the trick of his life, performing a jump directly in front of the sun. And that is what you need to know. For breaking news and live updates throughout the day, check out ABC News streaming on Disney+.
New episodes streaming every day only on Disney+.